Hello everybody. So as promised, I am going to show you guys how to use this Siser DTV. This is one I've already printed out and cut it. I have not weeded it yet. I did have to do a little bit of research to figure out exactly heat settings, cut settings, those kinds of things. So before I went on here and acted like I didn't know what I was talking about, because we all know that is not going to happen. So just on your regular inkjet printer, find your sublimation design. This is not sublimation, but you really in essence want to use a sublimation design. Okay, we're going to feed it into our machine. Let me go back to design space on my computer. Okay, and we're going to pick the premium vinyl permanent glossy setting, and then we are going to put the pressure on more. This is what was recommended from a couple of blogs that I was reading about this, so we're just gonna see how that works out for us. It seemed to work for the other one, so hopefully it'll work for this. Now when you upload these into your design space, you want to be sure to remove the background. So while that's going to cut, we're going to weed this. I hear the weeding of this is an absolute dream. I'm going to hit play, and we're just going to take from the corner and weed it out. And they were not kidding. Weeding is a dream. And then we just have a couple little things in here that we're going to... Oh, that didn't really want to weed out. Okay, that's fine. So I have a little spot in here that didn't want to weed out. That's okay. All right. So now, while that's reading the registration lines, cutting, we're gonna put the transfer mask on. This one. And I did not read any specific way. The transfer mask can go down. You could probably roll it on, do the taco method, however you want to do. I am going to at least squeegee it on here so that these come off like how they're supposed to. And again, this is just the transfer mask, so it doesn't necessarily have to be straight. I have a little bit hanging off the edge here, which means there's a little bit missing on this side. And we are going to take this off. Oh, let's do the back, because that didn't seem to want to come off. We did the front. Now let's varnish down the back. Let's see if that... well, helped a little bit more. Gotta kind of coax them off. But, you know, it is what it is. You know all about how we have to do that, right? Do it at an angle there. Perfect. Okay. So, and then we'll just maybe tack down the parts that you see that are sticking up a little bit. And we're done. Now while that's cutting, I'm going to move you guys over here to the heat station area, and I'm going to try to stay out of the way as much as I can, but I can't guarantee anything. So when I'm doing a shirt, I always like to fold it in half, and this is how I'm going to find the center of my shirt. I take my heat press, and the heat press settings that are recommended for this DTV is 340 degrees for 30 seconds. So we're just going to take this as we're just going to run it up and down a couple of times, up the shirt and down the shirt. All right. And then we open it up, and we have a middle line. Now, I had this out for another project. One thing that I was reading is if you don't have the mask to transfer your design onto, that you can use parchment paper to lay it down, or Teflon sheet, butcher's paper. I'm not really sure how that is going to work for you when you do that. but that is what I was reading. So I have an adult shirt here. I'm going to take my shirt ruler, my adult shirt ruler, and I'm going to line up the shirt ruler to the center. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see that, but there's a center line right here, and I'm just going to match this up to the line that I ironed. Now, a lot of times they'll recommend that you iron your shirt first. By you press your shirt first. That just helps get out some of the moisture and all of those things. By folding it in half, finding that center line, by doing the ironing, you're doing that already. So you don't even have to worry about that at all. So now we're going to take our design, and we can actually fold our design in half, and we just want to meet our cups up in the middle. We're going to pinch. I just pinch the transfer sheet without pinching the design. Okay, and then we're going to lay the design down on top of that center line, and then we remove the shirt ruler. Matter of fact, let me put these back so that we don't misplace them. And then we're going to take our heat press, and it says to press at medium pressure. So we're going to do this for 30 seconds. I do have to look to see if you need to let it cool completely before, or if it's a warm peel. So, but let's do this first, and then I'll get back to you guys on that. And then we'll do the second shirt. So this is, these are just designs that I got off of one of my Facebook groups. These are not things that I'm planning on selling, but I'm just gonna wear for myself. And I always like to do just a few extra seconds. We're gonna pick that bad boy up. All right, now let's come back over here. I'm just gonna set you guys here to watch this almost done cutting. And I'm gonna go back to this blog that I found, and I'm gonna see, let's see, while it's still hot. It says peel it away while it's still hot, so let's do that. I wonder if we could reuse this transfer mask. That's an excellent question, I feel like, so I'm gonna put it back on the paper. I wonder if you could reuse it. What do you guys think? I'll just stick it under there for right now. We won't reuse it for this project because we're just not going to. All right, so I did this first one. Let me put that back. I'm just gonna stick that there for right now. So I did this first one, guys, and look at how, here I'm gonna bring you towards me. Look at how cute. And it stretches, it's stretchy. Now, the wash instructions for something like this would be exactly what the wash instructions are for something like this with the vinyl. You want to wash inside out, machine wash, cold, tumble dry, no fabric softener. That much I can tell you without looking anything up. So I will definitely be buying some more of this DTV because it is so nice. It is so easy to use. It is so easy to weed. Ooh. Some of those letters wanted to pop up, huh? Ooh. That is not. The nice thing about this too, come on. All right, we'll just go this way. The nice thing about this too is that if you got a letter or something, part of your design kind of bunches up there, you can just easily pull it right back down in place. There's no you know, it doesn't stick to itself or anything like that. So that's very, very nice. And we've got some pieces that are just not wanting to cooperate with us. Here we go. And here is our pumpkin slice one. I'm just going to take my this is okay. So now we can take this little piece off. Perfect. And so if you see some of it kind of starting to come up off of this initial sheet, or whatever you want to call it, that's perfectly fine, because once we put this transfer sheet on, it's not really going to make a difference. So we're going to put this transfer sheet on, but we also want to put it down. See, we got some staticling happening here, guys. We also want to put it down in a way that doesn't ruin our design. So this is, we're just going to do like this. You just got to figure it out as you go, right? Just got to figure it out as you go. For the crafting experience, I guess. This is a little longer of a video than I was anticipating it would be, but ooh. Okay. Whew. Got that all situated. Now where's our little so when you're doing these, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you get the transfer sheet. So these DTV sheets are a little pricey if you get them on 143 vinyl. They're a little pricey. I think it was like $2.50 a sheet. And then the transfer sheets were $1.50, I want to say. But you see the struggles that I'm having right now with my transferring. Completely worth it. Completely worth the $1.50. Rather than taking, because if you didn't use the transfer sheet, what I would imagine you would have to do is let me bring you guys over this way. I would imagine what you would have to do is you would have to take each individual piece off and lay it down on your shirt however you wanted it. Use the parchment paper or the butcher's paper or the Teflon sheet and put on, adhere your design. I think the transfer tape is worth it. Because if you saw some of my design before I put it on here, it was curling. It was curling up. I do, however, feel that this transfer sheet could be a little tackier, but that's okay. Okay, so I put the line in the middle of my design again. We're going to line it up with the center. I'm just going to bring it up a tiny bit, right to where I want it. Okay, and then I also want to give it one last look because I just found this tiny little straggler here. So he would have been part of the design. We don't want that. So here we go. And that was pretty easy to do. I just lifted the transfer sheet away from the design and was able to pull him off of there. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this reveal, and then that's very exciting. I will definitely be buying more of this DTV material to make some more designs. Very excited about it. So it says to peel when hot. There we go. Now, one of the other things about this DTV that I didn't talk about was they say that you can use it on light and dark material. So when I do buy more of it, I will find something and I will do it on a dark material, because I used 2 for white today. The next time I'll do dark material. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that you guys really do try this, pardon me, this Siser DTV. Like I said, I found it on 143 Vinyl. I think my craft source has it. I can link these things in the comments below, and I will also link the vlog where I found a lot of my research on for how to adhere and cut and all of that in the description below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and have a great night.